Good afternoon, Short Break OTT Sports Network back on the air with you here, live back at Dobson Ice Arena in Vail, Colorado. Harry Haviland, Brian Modane with you. 15 minutes up on the score clock here to start this first period. We're playing against Krivo, yet another team we have not seen yet this year. They tied 2-2 this morning against the Aspen team we played yesterday. We're just going to see what happens. A victory here puts us at an 8 o'clock start for a semifinal game tomorrow.
You got all those permutations worked out, Harry, all the different combinations and stuff, tiebreakers, all the different combos there?
I'm still working on making sure I can know the difference between 13:50 and 14 minutes on the clock as a 10-second break. Let me start with simple math.
Okay.
Once I get that solidified, we'll go into the brackets and how the stars have to align for everything to be perfect.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
You're the math guy.
That's a good point. I should be able to do all those combinations, permutations, different scenarios.
Did you get any of that honey lemon tea on that throat in between?
No, I did have a beer, though.
Perfect.
Looks like we're about ready to go here, Harry.
They are starting this one off as Castillo at center ice with Manick and Stewart on forward. Back pass Bevan on D, her partner in McGowan. In between the pipes, Jack Graham. McGowan out of his own zone over to the far side, tip behind Stewart's back. And Castillo goes past the Krivo defenders. Castillo with a shot early in this game, testing that goaltender who puts it off of his chest and down onto the ice. Stewart back over to McGowan and puts it off the boards. Picked up by Krivo, circling back behind their own net with Manick on the chase. Bevan stepping in from the blue line. Stewart helping her out, but Krivo proves to not let them go in and then turn around, fire right back in by Addie Bevan. Finn Stewart up against the boards. Castillo backhand over to Manick, intercepted by Krivo, and it looks like they're going to take this one out of their zone, coming 3-on-2 the opposite direction. Across the blue line, Castillo with a stick on it on the back check into the corner for Bevan. Off the boards for Stewart. He can't handle that hot pass, but that comes back inside the blue line, making it offside. Just over a minute to play. A minute played in this first period. We stopped at the Eagle Diner after that last game.
Oh, how was it?
It was delicious. Chicken fried steak smothered in gravy, some eggs and hash browns, pancakes, bacon, biscuits. Oh, the works there. French toast. I'm so stuffed right now. I'm looking forward to the pizza party. Oh, Castillo looking forward to try and get a shot off there.
Wow.
Or Fredette, sorry, in there. Again, those big bodies with the 4 on their jersey. I can't tell from this far away. DeLue now back up the boards to Fredette. In front of the penalty box is off the boards. Coming in one-on-one. Takes a shot for net. And a blocker saved by the Krivo goaltender. Foster around the back of his net, or the Krivo net. Too full on all that chicken fried steak to talk. Rifles one in off the boards is DeLue. Canterbury coming in deep off the point. Wrap around in front. They get a stick on that. He had the opening. Krivo coming across the crease. And now out of the zone. Sandwiched between Weber and Cannonberg. Stripped off the puck by Fredette. Eli still has it. Centering pass all the way out to the point. DeLue with the shot. Blocker saver. That might have gone off the
what a rip from the point.
stick. Fredette across over to Weber.
Oh, the young lady sealed him off.
Fredette with it. Lauber now out on the blue line. Coming in, Foster into the corner. Foster walking his way out. I thought that one snuck in. He put it on the outside of the post. Lauber at the blue line. Over to Fredette. Turning in the slot. Now passes that one in. Weber around to the back of the net for Foster. Stick handling his way through. Foster still has it, drops it there. They've been working on that move. Skolchevsky now brings it in deep. Centering pass. It was looking for Fredette. Lauber at the point. Shot. Goalie sees it and hangs on. Pressure all coming from the Warriors to start this game. 11:38 left to go. Krivo in a defensive crouch position right now. As they continue to shoot, maybe they'll get some past this goaltender. Bodane, Haviland, and Popovic. With Lauber and Kolchevsky now. Around the far side, Kolchevsky trying to hold it in. Bodine circling back. Popovic through center. They still come into the zone. Bodine now picks it up. Lauber stops that guy from getting on top of him. Bodine has it. Has Popovic. Has Haviland. Haviland over to Popovic after he lost it in his skates. Maybe he grew a couple inches. The stick's too short for him.
Just maybe it was all that food from the Eagle Diner, Harry.
Oh, it could have been. I think I might have grown a couple inches. Around. Haviland going into the corner with Lauber chasing him in there. And they come right back out to center ice. Kolchevsky now up the boards to Popovic. Turns and claps that one in. Haviland on the forecheck as the rest of his players step. That was too close to being too many men on the ice, as it was tapped up at center there with all the players changing. McGowan up the boards to Manic. Has a couple players ahead of him. Krivo intercepts that pass and now regains the offensive zone. Bevan doesn't let it get onto Graham, and she circles behind her own net. Has some time with it here. Goes back, reversing the other way. Has Manic up the boards. Making that outlet pass. Castillo at center ice. He puts it behind him. Krivo intercepts. With the shot in on Graham, who hangs on for another whistle. A little bit of pressure there by Krivo in that last shift.
You know, I would say that these Warriors came out looking pretty good, but I don't know what happened. Maybe they're thinking about the Eagle Diner or something, but they look a little flat the last minute or so.
That's that Bodine line.
I know, that Bodine Haviland line just could not do anything.
Play back underway with Bevan and Stewart crashing up against the boards in their own zone. McGowan collects behind his net, backhands that over to Stewart on the far side. Has Castillo up ahead of him, feeds him the pass, trying to tip that up to Manic. Krivo breaks it right back out of their zone, but McGowan picks it up cleanly at center ice, skating his way in on the right wing. McGowan in deep, gets taken down. They go crashing into the boards. Everybody looks all right. They pick themselves up with Castillo behind the net. Because McGowan with a big hit on Castillo. Tries to come in around the net. They can't get a shot off. It comes across the blue line and back out. Stewart holding it in by the Krivo bench. And they clear the zone again. Manic gets away with a trip there as he stuck his leg out trying to hit the puck. And Stewart back into his net around for Bevan. Feeding outside the reach of Castillo. And back over Bevan's stick. Icing waved off. And both teams making additional changes. Bevan up the far boards to Verdette, tips it out, gets hooked up, and the player comes back from Krivo to pick it up. Verdette not giving up on this play. Foster in there to help him out. Foster trying to tip this one back, does to Weber, who dumps it back into the corner for Foster. Can't get set up here in the own end, or in the offensive end. Foster now has it, taking a little bit of time. Dropping that off for Weber. Weber has that puck bouncing a little bit of a divot up the ice. And they go up against the net for the goalie to hang on to another one. Still 0-0, 7:36 left to go. O2T Sports Network. We are at the Dobson Ice Arena, and we've got a lot of time this afternoon after this game. Pizza party at the hotel at 6:30, 6:45, somewhere around there. Woohoo! Foster wins that draw. Oh, deflection in front, gets kicked into the corner. Cannonberg stepping in for that. Foster finds a divot on the other side, catches his skate up in it, falls down, and Krivo comes out with the puck. Cannonberg still in, dumping it back into the corner. Devin Foster can't go around, but gets it back behind the net. Center to Fredette, couldn't get the one-timer off. Krivo skating out the other way. Weber on the back check, they make the pass up. Now Cannonberg lifting the stick so they can't control the puck as they push their way into the Warriors zone. Fredette looking to get it out. It gets off a stick only to neutral ice and tipped right back in and out. Eli Fredette gaining centering pass. Intercepted there by Krivo. Krivo with another breakout pass. The Warriors just can't get themselves set up in that offensive zone right now. Can't get the shot off there. Duluth with a good job on the back.
Good centering pass by Barrett to the Krivo team there.
Puck though. Burdette off of his skates. He's up in front of the boards. Bodine trying to step into the play. Kolchevsky now pushing his way across the blue line. Kolchevsky still with it on his stick into the corner. Coming back around. They're keeping those players forced wide. Krivo doing a great job on the defensive end of things. All the way back down the ice. Icing not a whistle down there. Up the boards to Haviland. Feeding it out of the zone. Misses Bodine, but he tips it across to Popovic. Can't get a control of this puck here. It seems to just be ahead of every one of these Warriors players in this first period. Popovic off the boards to Haviland, making that pass to the center of the ice. Popovic looking for it in his skates. Back out to the point to Lauber. Goes across to the far side. Kolchevsky can't handle it. The bouncing puck. Kolchevsky right back in it before they can make anything happen and turning it around the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Still controlling. Back out to Lauber. To Haviland on the far side. Tipping that one in front was Popovic. In behind the net. To center. Haviland with the shot. The one-timer. Out to Bevan. Another shot in. Goalie gloves that one down. 4-4-4 left to go. First period action still tied up at 0-0. Warriors are taking on Krivo. We're at the Sportsmanship Tournament in Vail, Colorado.
Well, Harry, I gotta be honest. I thought they'd have scored a goal or two by now. Warriors.
That was, I don't want to say the expectation after seeing them play this morning, but they're getting the opportunities, just trying to find a way to solve this tendy. Krivo keeping the puck to the outside. Back up the boards, held in there by Castile. Power towards the front of the net. Gets a shot off into the goaltender, makes a save, and it's back into the corner. Holding it tight against the boards. Krivo reversing behind their twine. Out of the zone, stick handling the way through center ice. Stopped by Bevan, putting it right back over to the defenders on Krivo. They reset inside their own zone and come through center ice with it. Krivo player coming across the blue line, dropping it back for the shot. Graham gets a piece of that off of his glove and it goes around the far boards. In front, block there, caught up in the skates of Manic. Gets it back over to Bevan. To Owen Castile off the boards. Manic. Up to Fredette, walking in. He makes no mistake on that breakaway opportunity. Fredette goes upstairs with it, making it 1-0. Finally putting one past his goaltender on their 17th shot of the period.
It was just a matter of time, Harry. Some pretty good pressure.
See if they can open the floodgates on this one as we're down to less than 3 minutes left to go in this first period. Foster, Weber, and Fredette still out there. Back to Bevan, up the far boards to Fredette. Coming in 3-on-2, Fredette got one from there earlier, fires that one just a little bit wide. Foster collecting in the corner. Skating his way around, looking for the wraparound. Goalie came across, getting a pad on that. Foster still has it. Sharp angled shot. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Rebound sails wide. Foster again, putting it back to Weber. A couple of red jerseys in the middle of that mix. And Fredette flipping across to the far corner to Bevan. Manages to keep that one in. Fredette and Foster fighting behind the net. Foster sneaks out of the scrum with it. Coming in to take the shot, puts it right on the goalie. Puck still loose. Fredette can't bury the rebound. Shots number 27 and 36 of the period, and they just send that all the way down the ice.
They had to do something. That was some great pressure by the Warriors.
Ran into my buddy Jimmy that lives up here. You guys might know him as James Hetfield, lead singer of Metallica. He was at the gas station when I was filling up here after I dropped off the hockey bags. He was asking me about this team. He's been tuning in, watching this. He lives up in Vail. He's a big hockey supporter. So he sends all of his luck our way.
Oh, forgot something there, young man.
Forgot the puck. This line trying to figure it out. Cannonberg fighting for it, up to Haviland, comes across the blue line. Bodine now in front, going around, takes the shot, loose.
Oh,
Penalty for hooking against littering and it's going against Krivo. Power play now for the Warriors. 30 seconds left in this period. They've got the offensive zone draw. See if they can do something with it quick. As Krivo's letting the time come down off the clock here, making those changes. Power play unit. Duluth with the shot in.
Oh.
Goalie couldn't quite handle it. Bodine picks up the rebound behind the net. Bodine gets two-handed from behind, and now another penalty coming up here, and this one's going to tick off the clock. Buzzer's going to sound to end this one, and we're going to see a 5-on-3 for the Warriors to start the second period.
well,
Back to
Harry,
the benches they go. Buzzer sounds. First intermission, and let me guess, you've got a player to
I
highlight.
do. I'd like to highlight a player. It's a defenseman, none other than Jacob Lauber. Jacob, his father Mike's up here, spent some time with him last night, yesterday morning. Real nice guy, great family. Anyway, Jacob Lauber, favorite team, guess who?
New Jersey Devils.
Oh, wow.
No.
It's a good guess, but we're going to go with the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh,
Harry.
it was the
I know,
Rangers this morning
I
when I
know.
guessed the Avs.
Favorite player is Cale Makar, number 8, that defenseman. And another thing he likes to do besides hockey, he plays baseball. Very good baseball player. And you're not going to believe this fun fact, Harry.
I bet you I won't.
No. You know what a fun fact about him? He loves World War II.
World War II,
He's
really?
a World War II aficionado, a buff, whatever you want to call it. He's out there in the backyard digging trenches, pretending he's in World War II. I'm glad that he's not, but
Yes.
and he likes to.
He'd be too old to be playing on this team if he was in World War II.
That's a good point. That's a real good point. Anyway, now you know a little bit more about Jacob Lauber, one of our defensemen, highlighting him for the day.
And speaking of World War II, today is Veterans Day and Remembrance Day.
Oh.
Shout out to all those veterans and those who didn't make it back. We would not be here without them.
I love how
Day
you
and
tied that
Remembrance
in,
Day
Harry.
being celebrated here across North America, November 11th. We are looking after things here on the ice, though. Only 1-0, but 5-on-3 to start this second period. O'Day, Haviland, and Popovic getting the call. Duluth getting the puck out there with Cannonberg. Popovic gets knocked off the puck coming in. They're trying to get set up here in the offensive zone. A lot of open ice. Duluth tipping that one off the boards. Calling for it on the far side's Cannonberg. Duluth dumps it in deep. Haviland chasing it into the corner. Tip it back out. Bodine back in behind the net to Haviland. High up off the glass, bringing it all the way out. Doesn't get to
Holy cow.
Duluth before it gets caught up. And Krivo manages to clear it this 5-on-3. Haviland picks it back up, trying to get it ahead to Popovic. Finally does so, and now Noah chases it into the corner. Noah working his way around. Dropped off three gray jerseys
What
behind the
on
net.
earth is
Haviland back
that?
over to Bodine. Out to the point. Now they finally have a chance to get set up. Cannonberg fires that one in off the side of the net. Bodine picking it up in the corner. Back to 5-on-4 with 30 seconds left in this other penalty.
This is sloppy, Harry. This is terrible.
Popovic in the corner now. Still on the power play. Pushing his way through behind the net. Out to Haviland, takes the shot and scores. Finally
that
sees him
was
open.
good.
And you know what they did there? They shot the puck. It's amazing what can happen when you shoot the puck. Haviland finds
was-
out just
yeah.
that. Finds the back of the net. Now it's 2-0 with a power play goal by your Warriors.
It was a good pass. And you're right, they shot the puck. I didn't know what.
And you know where they didn't put it when they shot the puck? Into the goalie's chest. This
Yeah.
coaching staff doing an amazing job with these players.
Yeah.
Stewart chasing it in. Couple of players going down there. Krivo stands up first. Castillo behind the net. Centering in front. Manic can't stretch for that one. Off the boards, back over to Manic. Feeds that in behind for Stewart. Picks it up off the blue paint, but that comes out. Ooh. Kolcheski in front. Manic looking for a tip. And turned and sent all the way down the ice.
Oh!
Graham has to poke at that one.
Okay.
I didn't like the angle of his stick on it.
I didn't like
but,
that much either.
I didn't know what he was doing there.
Oh my God.
Making us pace a little bit up in the stands. He's like, those guys need some excitement down on this end of the ice.
It's like he created a little ramp.
Now he has it again here. Manic with the shot. Fires that one wide as he had an opening. Kolcheski keeping this one in deep. Castillo behind the net, circling the offensive zone. Stick handles his way out. Takes a shot into the goalie who hangs on. Covering that one up with 12 minutes left to go here. Run time, second period. 2-0 your Warriors over Krivo. I don't know if we can do 2 more games tomorrow. My voice is cracking, not as bad as yours is.
No, I'm having trouble. I'm a man of very few words lately.
We'll see if that Golden Moon whiskey can help you out, make it better for tomorrow morning's games, as we're going to be working our way out of the hotel by like 6:30.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm pretty excited for that early morning. Weber back out to Fredette at center ice. Working his way up through past the benches. Fredette still has it. Foster trying to center that one out. Wraps it around.
Oh,
Foster
what a
gets the
goal.
wraparound. I think he put that off the far post on the wraparound, bouncing it in. Showing off the fancy handwork there. Foster puts
Good
it in.
hard work
3-0
pays off.
now.
Good hard work paying off. Krivo. Yeah.
Krivo's who we're playing, yeah.
Well, there's a typo on our screen.
There's a typo on. Oh yeah, it says Creo. We can change that a little bit of action there. Producers coming out and showing us that we don't even know how to spell. I thought math was the problem, but apparently I've got some English things to work on too. As I say that, I can't even get it out of my mouth. Come on, Harry, get your act together. Krivo behind the net, trying to get it out of their own zone off the skate of Fredette. Fredette in front, backhand, couldn't get it off. Krivo stepping in front, sticking that one out. Now they're racing through center ice the other way. Can't get through the 2 players. McGowan has it now. Takes a little bit of time. Out to center ice. Couldn't get it to Foster. Back to Bevan in her own end. Tipping it up to McGowan. Graham makes a pass up to Annie Bevan coming across the blue line. Working her way through. Lost it in her skates. They go back out. McGowan trying to pinch. And Krivo backhands it up out of the zone. Bevan knocking it off the Krivo stick and picking it up in front of her own net. Stick handles around one, passes it up to Fredette with Weber coming in behind him. Fredette and Weber cross. Tries to drop that back, but Krivo has a couple of players going the other way. Bevan tipping it out of harm's way back to Weber. With some speed coming down the left wing. Weber carries this one around, centering. And they couldn't get the shot off. In front alone, Bodine can't find the net. He puts it just off to the side. Bodine picks himself up. Circling behind the offensive net. Back out to Cannonberg. Shot in front. Bounces over a couple of sticks over to Krivo, who can't clear the zone as Haviland keeps it in. Haviland takes another shot blocked in front. Krivo turns, dumps it all the way down the ice, relieving the pressure with 8:47 left to go in the second period. Warriors putting it on, getting the shots on net.
A little better exchange there. Harry looked a little bit better than the last few shifts.
You're finally figuring it out. Those earpieces that we put in the boys' helmets in between games might be paying off.
That Bodine kid, he's finally listening to me.
Galoo back into Popovic. Bodine behind the net. Drops it back to Popovic. Centering pass. Haviland was in front. Krivo kicks that one over the side. Cannonberg keeps it in. Brings that one around the boards, all the way back for Bodine stepping into the play. Up against the boards hard with the Krivo player. Kai Haviland looking to center that one out. Gets it again caught up in skates. Haviland in front.
Oh!
And another shot is
Holy
blocked
moly.
or what happened there? Krivo turns, ices the puck again.
Oh, that was some
I
furious
don't know what
action.
happened in the
couldn't
crease
tell
there.
either.
They were trying to get those shots off. And Krivo's just turning and dumping the puck. Their strategy might just be to watch these seconds tick off the clock.
A lot of ponytails out there, Harry, on this line. I think there's 4 ladies out there on this shift.
All on the Krivo side with Annie Bevan on the bench for your Warriors. Stewart's fighting up against him in the corner. Stewart doing some pushing and shoving, trying to get his tape onto that rubber, goes behind the net. Stewart with some speed still. Then they get caught up, everybody tangled into the corner. Manic with it.
Calling for the
Out
puck.
in front. Oh,
two
jumps over
guys
Castillo's stick. Castillo
Turns
turns
and
in
fires.
front, doesn't get through. Chipped back over to the side by Krivo. Out to the point to Delu, fires it right back into the corner.
Oh, I can hear somebody over there yelling.
All the way around to the other side, Cannonberg.
Oh my, forgot
lets that
something.
one go. He decided to let Delu play this puck. Pass up, another miss there, Cannonberg. Now he's back checking into his own zone as Krivo's working their way into their offensive territory. Turned around quickly, Stewart coming through center ice. In deep, Mannix eyeing up the play as Krivo bangs it off the far boards. Cannonberg still in with it, Fredette calling.
Oh,
Goes just behind him. Krivo off the bench, working their way in front of the Warriors bench. And Fredette backhands it over, picked up by Krivo. Fredette gets a stick on it. And Delu right up and into the Krivo end again. Looking for that long pass. That's going to be offside as they go back in just ahead of the play. 5 minutes and 52 seconds left to go. The OTT still here with you. Harry Haviland, Brian Bodine, thanking you for taking not one but 2 opportunities today to tune in with us. Don't know how everybody's doing it. From the comforts of your living rooms and yachts. Fredette circling into the Krivo zone. 3 players on him, trying to backhand that one back off the boards to Weber. Picked up in front by Foster. Checks up, looking for it. Takes the shot off the goalie's
face.
mask. Goalie's shaking that one off. Kolchevsky at the point. Gets it tipped out, and Lauber's now back to pick it up. Graham with the big save. Lauber up the point over to Weber. You know what they say after a big save? It can come the other way, but Krivo's not going to let that happen. Graham does make a good save on that one, and Lauber into the corner to Fredette, breaking out of their own end. Passes that up to Foster. Devin Foster taking this one wide, going around the player. Fredette in front. Foster decides to take the shot. Another one off the goalie's mask. Out to the point. Lauber working his way in.
it's good puck movement.
Great. Foster behind the net. Still has it. Leaves it behind for Weber.
Oh, I
Sends it
like
back
that give and go
over.
attempt there.
Foster had the give, but not the go on that. But Weber still has it in deep. Back over to Fredette. Finally gets sorted out. We're going to say he dropped that one for Weber. Into the corners. Fredette posts up in the slot.
Oh, some good work by Luke, who's one day past his 12th birthday.
Fredette off the boards, trying to center it. Goalie gets a back plate of his stick on it.
I like that.
Out to the point, all the way down. Refs are signaling icing. The puck makes it the clear distance of the ice. 3:50 left to go here. 3-0 lead for your Warriors over Krivo in this second period at the Dobson Ice Arena in Vail, Colorado. One there by Vail, but Popovic straight into the action. Centering pass, tipped off the Krivo stick in front. They get it clear their zone. Bodine's right back on top of it. Trying to lift the stick of that Krivo player without getting a hooking call. Bevan puts it out of the zone. Popovic chasing it down. Goes around. Has Haviland going towards the center of the ice. Haviland just behind that. Backhands it to Bodine into the corner for Haviland. Popovic in the middle.
Oh, what a
Haviland
play.
with the pass, and Popovic puts it home.
What a play.
Great work there, feeding it out of the corner.
That was good stuff.
Popovic placing himself in front of the net, found the puck and found the back of the net. 4-0 with under 3 minutes left to play in this second period. The ref sorts out exactly what he wants there at center ice. Bodine drops on a knee, gets it over to Haviland, who's walking his way into the zone. Listening to Coach Pop and going wide on that one. Excellent work there. The goalie found a piece of it. McGowan circling in his own end, right in front of his goaltender, off the boards. Puts it to himself. McGowan building up steam through center ice.
Oh, look at him cook.
Still has it.
Still
Backhanded
cooking.
over. Out, Haviland at center ice. Pass that one up to Bodine in front of his own bench, gains the blue line. Barrett back to Bevan, to Haviland in front, stops, trying to stick handle his way around, get caught up in the defender, now Pop in the corner. Popovic and Haviland cross skates there and fall down, and icing's waved off. As McGowan's racing back, and Krivo's gonna get to this puck first, deep in the Warriors zone. Passing this one in front and then stripped away by Bevan. But McGowan's going to get a penalty there for a rough. As the Krivo player's down on the ice. I didn't see what happened. I was watching the play. But he's heading straight to the box. He'll have a minute and a half to think about what he did.
Is that enough time for him to think about the bad behavior that he just executed?
Stick taps indicate that the player's okay is coming back to the bench. She
Yeah,
is
okay.
holding her head though. Krivo with the man advantage for the final minute of play here. The penalty doesn't start until the puck is dropped though, so we are going to see some penalty kill to start the third, and unless something happens here. Tipped out, Castillo now shorthanded at center ice. Skating his way through, gets it sticked away from him, poked and turned around 3-on-2 the opposite direction. Krivo, Cannonberg, that one goes up off the mesh for a neutral ice face-off. Time is ticking off the clock here, both for the penalty and the rest of this period. Final face-off of the period's one back. And another penalty going here to Castillo for interference.
Oh.
Off the draw, and just like we saw at the start of the second, except opposite, it's gonna be Krivo now with a 5-on-3 to start the third. Second intermission time.
Oh, you know what time it is,
Oh
Harry.
no. We sorted through this and actually talked to the producers and our lawyers, and they said we're not allowed to mention the Scott Foster fun fact that we were planning on discussing.
Yeah,
but
we'll
I
have to
did
go to
find
different
something out fascinating about him.
Oh.
You don't mind if I take this?
Yes, please do.
In high school, as he was trying to earn money for college, Scott Foster raised money for charity by living underneath Lake Superior in a bubble for 14 days straight.
And do you know how much he raised for that charity?
He raised 26,342 Canadian dollars for charity by living in a bubble underneath Lake Superior for 14 days. That only works out to like 14, 15 bucks American, but that is the effort that Scott Foster put forward to raise this money.
Whether it's family dumping that puck deep or the charity of his choice, that guy works hard. And he asks all the players on the ice to work just as hard as he worked in that bubble too, I think.
Yes, he does. It was a clear bubble to fish swimming around him. Actually, if you look it up, I believe there's a YouTube video. There's cameras on him the whole time, except for when he had to use the little porta potty that was in there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nobody wants to see that.
And there's your fun fact of the day. Let's go Warriors. Let's close this game out in the third.
Starting 5-on-3 though, they're shorthanded by 2 for the next 42 seconds. Krivo banging it, trying to clear out of their own zone. Manic, excellent work there, stripping the puck at the blue line.
yeah.
Now, working his way towards the front of the net. Yes, we know we don't have it spelt properly up there. Krivo is what we have. It's actually, there should be a V in there.
Well, hopefully at the end of this game, we've got a V for victory, Harry.
That is what we're looking for. Vandenberg backhands it up over to Manic. Looking to get it out of the zone. Krivo keeps it in. Taken away there.
Oh, my
Graham
goodness
reaching
gracious.
for it. Has a couple of deflections. And then up off the glass and out. One player off the bench, or out of the box, sorry, was heading towards the bench, but Krivo comes in. Graham hangs onto the puck, and the clock will continue to run here with a 4-goal differential.
Okay.
My cousin Brian, he took a photo. He's like, hey, tell him I'm coaching.
Your cousin Brian? Hey Brian, how you doing? Welcome to the OTT Sports Network broadcast. There's a lot of Brians here. Where's Brian tuning in from? Victoria? Pretoria. In South Africa? Wow!
We got viewers all over the world.
I was
Harry.
talking about the people in the Mediterranean on their yachts. We've got South African viewers tuning in. Shout out to you. And thanks for your continued support here. As the Warriors are back to 5 players on the ice, successfully killing off that 2-man disadvantage. Foster in the corner with it now. Gets tripped up, and now they're gonna go on the power play with Foster going down behind the net. Krivo player skates over. Photos continuing to come in. Our biggest fans, Annabelle and Penelope, have fallen asleep during this game.
How could you fall asleep during this barn burner, Harry?
I don't know. It's probably our voices.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't put up with those two anymore. Kolchevsky up the boards to Fredette, coming in with Foster and Weber. Fredette towards the front of the net, and Foster couldn't tip that one home. Still has it. Foster backhands in front,
look at
second
that
shot
work.
at it. Devin Foster up off the boards. Krivo's there first. Foster going back and forth, gets a stick on it. Trying to do something here on this power play. They got a power play goal at the beginning of the second. Let's see if they can do it here. 54 seconds left to go in this one. Foster stick handling his way through the circle. Shot and another save by the
my
goalie.
goodness.
Foster finds it
There
again.
we go.
His second wraparound of the game. Power play goal, Warriors.
Oh,
It's
persistence.
5-0.
That was persistence. Good hard work.
He was all over the ice on
He
that
sure
shift.
was. He's been listening to that earpiece that Scott Foster put in his ear, telling him to work harder, dump it deep, and always send that puck in deep.
Bodine line takes the ice with DeLu and Bevan on the point. Haviland skates through center. Has it on his backhand, trying to work his way through. Can't do it. Popovic gets walked into, and then the Krivo team clears it out. Backhanded back in. Haviland's still offside. We're going to whistle that one down. Full strength for both teams here with 11 minutes left to go. 5-0 lead for the Warriors. Sipping my honey lemon tea. Trying to keep this voice in check for potentially 2 more games. Krivo putting that one up high. Bevan stepping in. Out to the point. Bodine circling. Shoots that in front. Haviland looking for the tip and looking for the swing as he falls down in front as the goalie falls on top of it.
Another good hard working shift by these Warriors. They haven't stopped. They have not stopped trying here.
Going strong. Bodine realizes he's the centerman. Skates over to the dot. Wins that one back over to Popovic, who tips it to DeLu at the point. Bodine now collecting in behind the Krivo net. Going back the other way. Tries to drop it for Popovic. Gets tipped away from him. Bodine working his way deep into the corner. Grinding this shift away. Puts it across the boards. Bevan in off the blue line. Bangs that with the center, and it's picked up by Krivo. Krivo working their way through. Bodine with a good back check there, breaking it up. They dump it in. Bevan calls for it, gets it, still has it behind her own net.
Oh boy.
Through center. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow, some loose puck bouncing around in there.
Holy cow.
Managing to keep it clear. Haviland
Oh,
can't
I
reach
thought we
behind
were
him
going
there.
to
He
have
could have
an
been off.
odd man rush develop there, Harry.
Shot in. Graham finds the bouncing puck and kicks it over to the side with that right pad. Bodine coming out. Feeds it up to Haviland. Forcing this one wide down the right wing. Centering pass, his line mates are out changing. He's out there 1-on-4. Can't manage to do much with it, but still has the puck.
Good hard work.
Stick handling behind the net now. Krivo puts it up off the boards looking for the breakout. Castillo steps in, steals that puck away from him.
That's good play there.
Castillo to the front. Can't backhand it
Oh,
through.
everyone's
Stewart
fighting for it.
trying to get it in.
All 5 Warriors said, I want that goal. Fighting for the
Manic
puck from each
breaking
other.
it up at the blue line. Manic now circling. Stewart stays on side at the blue line. Manic in with the shot. Off the glove of the goaltender and right back out to the Krivo players. Stopped at the point there by Cannonberg. Turns, shoots. The
Whoa.
goaltender
Oh!
had it, still has it.
Holy-
Stewart takes
oh.
another swipe at it,
Oh,
puts
my
it right back
goodness.
between the pads.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
Whistle blows. Wow.
That was,
Stewart gave the goalie a pat on the back there for that one. He says, man, I thought I had you beat a couple of times.
and I think that goalie said, I liked you better with that blue eat more chicken jersey. That's what he said to Stewart.
Krivo waiting at the point for that one. It's tipped in there. Kolcheski holding it in. Cannonberg swinging a stick at it as Krivo walks down the far side with it. Can't get the shot off. It's deflected into the corner. Kolcheski now up to Castillo. Back to the point. Centering pass. Tipped down to Castillo at the blue line. Castillo coming through center ice. Stewart's right with them there, staying on side. Castillo to the front, gets tripped up.
Oh.
And gets smashed into the net. Gets up quickly, and they're going to have to see if that net needs repair.
That's a new one. Roll the gear right down the stairs.
The post is not dented, and Castillo goes right back to the face-off circle here. I thought that was going to be a tripping penalty.
I think the refs, they want to get this game over with.
They have had enough penalties, both teams. Castillo behind the net with it. Stopping on the other side. Stick handling, still has it. Centering to Castillo, taking another whack at it. Can't get it to the goaltender, and Krivo reverses the action. Tipped there quickly by Kolcheski.
Oh, what a nice little play there by Kolcheski.
As I'm hacking my way through this third period. 6 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Cannonberg walking across the
I
blue line,
like what's
sees an
developing
opening.
here.
Taking the shot blocked on the backhand. He slides that one around. A little bit of spinning action by
I had
Henry
a good
Cannonberg
feeling about
in the
that.
slot.
He couldn't do it on the forehand. The backhand was there for him. What a sweet goal.
Excellent continued pressure there by Cannonberg. Foster, Fredette, and Weber at center ice. One ahead by Foster, gets that over to Weber. Skating his way into the zone. Backhand pass in front, just behind Foster. Krivo tries to bang it out. Bevan holds it in the point, takes a shot, rings one off the iron. Fredette can't make the centering pass off the shin pad of the Krivo defender. Still working his way over to Foster. Foster tips it up. Fredette has it back, and Krivo takes it away from him, trying to come out of their own zone. They gain the blue line. They gain the red line. They gain the other blue line. Shot and blocker saved by Graham. Rebound right in front. Picked back up by your Warrior squad. In behind the net for Bevan. Sees Fredette on the far boards. He picks up that pass with Foster streaking through center ice. Fredette and Foster still coming in. Fredette takes a shot off the goalie's shoulder. Foster banging it around for the rebound. Gets
Goal?
caught up in the goalie's
Oh.
glove as he flips it around in the crease. Keeping this a 6-0 game with 4:44 left to go. Every whistle, I said that last game too, 4:44.
Wow. You and those numbers, Harry, you never fail to impress me with those numbers.
I can read the clock when it has 4s across it. Back out to the point to Bevan. She has a rolling puck to contend with, but flips it into the corner. Haviland sticks it around to
good
Krivo,
play.
2 players, and still behind the net with it.
8 guys
Drags
open.
around the second defender. Still with it. Backhands it over to Bevan at the point. She dances around one, flips it over to Bodine in the corner. Bodine into the corner. Haviland looking for Popovic in front.
Oh.
He does get the shot off, and it gets kicked wide.
Good hard work there.
Haviland again behind the net with it, has Popovic with him. 2 of them come out with it. Back out to the point to Bevan. She takes another shot. It's tipped
Holy
down in
moly.
front. It's going to be a high stick. If Popovic doesn't touch it first, so there's the hand goes down from the ref, and the high stick is no longer valid. Bodine across to Bevan. Just going to go for a walk with this one, going around the player, taking the shot right along the ice into the goalie's glove. He hangs on for a whistle. Owen Castillo talking to McGowan at the point and going in for the draw. That one's won by Krivo. DeLu hammering it towards the front of the net. Manic looking for the tip. Cole Manic in the corner. Krivo now behind their own zone trying to clear this out. Skating through. Picked up by DeLu at center ice. Up to Stewart through his own skates. Now he's pinned up against the board as Krivo comes back to pick up the puck. Inside their own blue line, Manic on top of it. Stewart taking his time at center ice here. Passes that one over to Krivo on the far boards. Castillo trying to sneak it through to Stewart. Trying to sneak it through is Krivo the other way now. They do, and then it gets tipped back to them. 2 minutes left to go in this game. Krivo in front of their own bench, running into 3 gray jerseys that say Arapahoe on the front of them. And then Krivo pushing to the far side, come in, take a weak shot that goes wide, but it was offside before that.
Oh my goodness, Harry, I think you didn't stop talking for about 5 minutes there. Ever since it was 4:44, remember the clock stopped at 4:44?
I don't
You talked
feel
until
like
it was 1:44.
I don't feel like I've stopped talking in 2 days.
That's the dedication you show to these young men and women in this youth hockey.
And the fans across the globe.
These fans.
Hopefully we haven't put them all to sleep. Picking up his glove is Cannonberg in front. Krivo still looking with some offensive pressure. That one comes out. Fredette gets tangled up with the player. Krivo gets the right angle on it, but Eli Fredette still working his way into the corner. Controlling the puck now behind the net. Krivo pushing him wide.
Whoa.
And taking him down. He's laying on top of the puck. He rolls over. Puck sneaks free there and then gets reversed around the far side. Final minute of play here in the third period. The score is still 6-0 for the Warriors over Krivo. Weber and Foster. Foster chasing this one in, looking for his Hattie. Has it in front of the net. That one just rips through the crease. Kolchevsky stepping in on the far side, breaking the play up and dumping it back in deep. Foster going for it. Comes out to center ice with under 20 seconds left to go. Weber going for a skate inside his own zone. Winding up, look at what he wants to do with this. Can't get past the blue line with it. Weber back in, then tips it out to Fredette at center. Fredette comes across the red line, dumps that one in. 3 seconds left to go. Buzzer sounds, and another shutout here for Jack Graham. 6-0 final.
1 goal in 4 games by these these Warriors have given up 1 goal in 4 games here. That's impressive work.
We might see a little bit more of a challenge tomorrow. Not sure how the bracket's going to work out. There's some math to be done on the other side. I think we're going to come out being first place here in this division, which means we're going to be taking on second place. And you know who that could be if they get a win today is the Arapahoe Maize.
Oh.
Could be seeing our friends on the Maize team tomorrow morning. We're cheering for them tonight. We want to see them win their final game in this round robin. But
are they playing here in Vail?
They're playing in Eagle tonight. Otherwise, we'd be here watching them. I'm not making that.
We've got a pizza party and a date with the Golden Moon, Harry. We're not going to Eagle.
Absolutely not. The players skate off the ice. We are going to now rest our voices, but 8 a.m. tomorrow Mountain Standard Time, we're back on the air, the OTT Sports Network. Thanks you for tuning in with us. On behalf of all of us here, I'm Harry Haviland with Brian Bodine. We're signing out.